Yo, huddle up, huddle up,
Huddle
huddle
up,
up,
huddle up,
huddle up,
huddle
huddle
up,
up, huddle up, huddle up,
huddle up,
huddle up.
huddle up.
We got episode 45 of the Ravens Huddle, man. We back again.
Yeah,
We appreciate y'all,
huddle
man.
up.
No, last week y'all pulled up, man. Keep
Yeah,
pulling
for
up,
sure.
bro.
Yeah, appreciate it. You got Zay right here, man.
Oh yeah, you got your boy Mike in the building.
And you know, mini camps, OTAs, all of that stuff. You know,
It's happening, bro.
Signings, rookies, man. It's been a really, really eventful offseason. It's been fun. You're getting the haters popping out. You know,
Yeah.
you getting. You know, it's good when the haters are popping out. That means the team nice, yo.
Yeah, I like that.
That's
I like that.
You got to take it as that, yo.
I like
Because
that.
if the team was sorry, yeah, it would be some like jokes or what's the name, or you'll just be irrelevant.
Yeah.
So-
And like low key, Quad has kept the Ravens have always slightly been a dark horse of the NFL. So I just want us to be egregiously nice. I think.
I think they got the potential to be.
And sidebar, not even going into too much, but my pops text me, my brother, and my god brother, because you know as a PSL holder, they start giving you like invitations to the training camp and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, "It's gonna be this date, or this date. Like, make sure I'm gonna let y'all know soon what day it is, and then y'all gotta make sure y'all off." I'm like, "All right, bet." Like,
Yeah, hopefully it's easier to get it. Now they did the separate PSL joint. It had to go to that one because it couldn't even get to the all the other stuff because the PSL.
that's because like low key the Ravens facility is nice and it's a good time.
I mean, they nice. When you're a really good team, bro, everybody's trying to go. Everybody's trying to go. So they had to open up the PSL joint. Thankfully got through that joint because I guess people was like, because you get an earlier time to try to get them as a PSL person, but those was gone.
Yeah,
Fast. Like, it was like, so they opened that separate up. So
it's
I'm
a good experience. And you're right, like we are super nice. And some people not going to be able to afford to go to the game. So like you definitely want to take your kids to that if it's something affordable.
I seen somebody just saying like, can y'all make the process easier? Or I saw one person online just was like, we gonna get into all this other stuff that's been happening. But he was like, man, you know, I've been trying for 4 years. You know, hopefully, you know, I can get in this year. You know, for me and my son. And I was just like, oh man, you know, it's really for the kids too,
it's
yo.
for the
like,
kids, bro.
It's for the kids, man.
Because they can meet the players or like be
that's
close
the closest
to
they can. Yeah, that's the closest.
Yeah,
for the most part, that's probably the closest they're gonna get, unless they run into them and stuff like that. So you know, so hopefully, you know, everybody can get it. And get, you know, as many people can, you know, if you haven't, hopefully the people who haven't gone can probably. Yeah,
it's nice. It's a nice experience.
You know,
man.
I'm trying to be up in there again this year. You know?
Yeah,
I believe it probably will be, but yeah, man, all that stuff wrapped up. Guys gonna get a little bit of a break, and then it's about to be here, yo.
Yeah, yo.
It's about to be here, yo.
It's coming. Pause. Like I'm excited, bro.
Big year,
I'm
man.
excited.
Training
bro.
camp before you know it.
And the defense looking crazy, yo. Like
we already know the offense crazy.
Yeah. I think you posted it or sent it or retweeted it or something, but I saw it and it was Malachi in the purple uniform.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah. I said that's
he
my
looked
new
like a Raven.
That's my newest nephew,
he
yo.
Looked like a Raven, yo.
My newest nephew right
he
there.
Looked like he might be a Raven, bro.
Yeah, you could just you could just feel
the
like
energy
that.
felt Ravenish, bro.
I knew immediately, yo, especially when the way he started talking. Yo, listen, remember when he got drafted, we talked about it. Y'all watched. If you haven't watched, go back and watch the right after the draft episode.
Yeah.
Excellent episode. Every episode was
Tap
excellent.
in, man.
But I'm ready. I'm just ready. You just saw it in his eyes, bro. I was like, oh yeah.
You want to play football.
I was like, oh
bro.
yeah. And you could tell he's excited, not just to play football, but for the Ravens.
He want to prove something, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I like that, dog.
Yeah.
He got that type of energy, bro.
Yeah, so definitely big things coming up this week. But the Ravens was voted by, I forgot which one it was, but by whatever fan, what's the name was, whatever, the most exciting team to watch.
Yeah.
And that's why it's hard to get into these joints, because the Ravens they're fun to watch, bro.
That's why I just like don't understand a Lamar hater again. I reiterate this every week, but it's like when you kind of get it like a couple months off and you get to just observe what he did 99% of the time, every game, it's like, bro, how can you not think he's great, bro?
And this is why I keep like really stressing. It's like, especially the last few weeks, people gotta win the big one. Of course, you gotta win the big one. With excellent teams, excellent quarterback, you gotta get it done. But also, just relax from the stress of that and just enjoy the excellence. It's not going to be here like this forever.
Bro. This is
and I'm not
one of
saying
one.
just Lamar. Him is a big reason, because you may never get another quarterback like this
Yeah.
ever again.
Yeah.
But the team being good, like just
So
have
good.
fun with it as well. Of course, want to see the ultimate goal, but learn to enjoy the moment and have fun in it.
I agree.
If you go into games, enjoy every game you go to. If you're watching at home, enjoy it every time with your family or something like that.
Yeah.
If you at the bars, enjoy every time you go to the bar. Like you really, because this is a special and a fun moment. And if you enjoy it like that and win, because we keep saying win, it's going to happen.
Bro, when we get it
It's
done,
going to be
let's get
all
it
worth
done,
it, yo.
bro.
And it's
Let's
going
get it done.
And I believe, man, it might happen more than once. That's all I'm saying. So
if we could get a Bulls 3-peat on them, yo.
Ooh, the first
I
team to
wouldn't
do
be
it.
mad.
The Chiefs didn't do it. If they was the first team, that'd be cool.
And at the end, I want Lamar to do like a long MVP level "I'm the greatest quarterback" speech with fronts in, bro. Like, do it, yo. Just slam the gavel on all of the narratives, and it's like, yo, whoever the best player is the guy. It don't matter. None of that other stuff matters. Who's the nicest on the field, bro?
I'm just waiting. I'm looking forward to the day when that picture come when he holding it up, smiling with the front shoulder, Lombardi, yo.
And Kodak gonna be just randomly in the back somewhere.
I love the purple jersey, but they won it twice with the white. If he got the white on with that's gonna look crazy.
On,
but regardless,
yo.
I mean,
Come on, Lamar. We need that from you, yo. That'll be inspiration. Like low key, we from Baltimore, yo. That'll be a staple in history, yo. We might gotta build multiple statues around the greater Baltimore region.
You gotta have
as well as the stadium. Like he gotta be in front of elementary schools.
He gotta be like the dudes.
He gotta be in front of museums.
All them
everything.
In Baltimore, you got some of them was getting vandalized or being asked to take it down. Start replacing those statues with those interesting racial characters back in the day. Just put Lamar Jackson right where those statues are, yo. Right there, if he win, it'd be actually tough if they just do all the great players randomly throughout. But that's a fun idea.
Nah, we need Lamar all around. Yo.
But Lamar this week was he did the cold tub.
That was hilarious. I appreciate. I'm glad you sent that, bro.
It was it was just dropped. Yo, I was like, dang, this is perfect for us today. But it's funny because I knew it was gonna be. First of all, I saw the first clip and I was like, it's gonna be funny. Because Kevin Hart, when Kevin Hart is just in the setting of, you can say what you want about his stand up and this and that or whatever. Kevin Hart is a funny dude. Like when he's just in the stand up, just talking and stuff. Like he's just one of those people. Like if you around him, probably more than likely, just shooting it real quick. He's just probably mad funny. So I already knew he was gonna do his thing when it comes to that. And we've been talking about like Lamar is mad funny.
Yes.
Like of course we've seen the auditions for the Could Have Been records, but it's been various things throughout. His tweets, he's mad funny, yo.
I love the fact he's
knew it was gonna be
kind of show that side of him now. I think he's finally comfortable enough, with being an NFL player because he's a vet at this point.
Yeah, he's a vet, yo.
And it's like, bro, you're hilarious. Keep doing it, dog. You giving the kids hope. You spreading positive narratives. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it was funny. Where you want to start with the episode?
I'm gonna start with the funny part, and then, but I was gonna say it was funny, but there was also some questions that was asked in there that were actually some really good questions.
It was excellent questions.
Yeah. But the funny joint though, Kevin Hart was like, "Man, how can I get on the Ravens?" Yo, Lamar was like, "What can you do for us?" He was like, Kevin Hart said, "I could be in the slot." Lamar was like, "We got some tall whatever you got
some tall slots.
There's some tall dudes in the slot." Yo, he was like, "I don't know." He said, "But that's when you expected." He was like, "Man, I don't know. Maybe we could use you on the bench though." I was like, "Yo,
that's hilarious, bro.
Too funny, yo." But
Lamar's.
But he asked Lamar about MVP and all of that. And Lamar was like, he was talking about like leading them into the next season and all of that. Lamar flat out, yo. He's like, I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah, we not
like he's like, that. I'm not even thinking about it.
Yo, he's already done it twice.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at this point. And it's everybody that understands football and doesn't have like some weird preconceived notion of just like a stubbornness block in their head knows that he was the best player in football last year. Like,
just gotta get it done.
He just gotta finish the task, yo.
It's gonna happen. But he talked about. I just want to run through a few things, man. He talked about the youth programs.
I like that
he was doing. You know what I mean? The 7-on-7 and other things he got going on. And he mentioned how he said he wasn't getting into a lot of trouble or anything like that. But he was like, it wasn't as many things.
Yeah.
So
and there's elements around he understands like, yo, all you need to do is see something else, and it's like, oh, all right, that can put you on a whole different path. I like that a lot about him.
Yeah, he was talking about like, when I was coming up, he said it wasn't like I was poor or nothing like that, but it was like I want, when I have a nice, house and stuff like that. And he said he was looking at how Kevin Hart was able to basically build his empire and stuff like that. So it's a really good game. He was like, he said he's in position to like give back to the kids.
I like
so
that.
So he was like, you had to. The kids love Lamar.
To even be thinking about that though, at his age, with all that money, like that's real humility.
Remember Lamar was like that before the crazy contract though, yo. Like the kids love Lamar, yo. Remember the narratives be so crazy. I remember when Lamar was playing like football with the kids when he was back in Florida.
Yeah.
And running out there and doing all the stuff. And I remember it was like a thing on TV, like, oh, Lamar needs to be safe. Because he got hurt a few times. But he was like, oh, I don't think he should be doing. I'm like, yo, y'all got to relax, yo.
And quiet as kept. Y'all don't even understand what that's like if you can't understand why that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't even question it because you don't even understand, bro.
And he going to be all right, yo. Like, chill out. But that was good to see. But one of the key things, and we've noticed it, especially, I feel like last year was he was doing it more the previous year. I feel like that was the year where you started noticing more. But he was like one of his biggest challenges was being more of a vocal leader.
Yeah, yeah.
And he talked about how at first he was like basically like the Tim Duncan approach. I come in and basically work, and then you got to match me, lead by example. But he was like he learned. Especially like being the vet and playing the quarterback position, like bro, he was like, I got to talk to the guys more. He said he had been, and we've been seeing it.
And it's your offense. You running the offense, like bro. The quarterback is the most important position in football. So you definitely got to be a leader if you really want to be great.
Yeah,
and Pat Mahomes leads. Like Tom Brady leads. Like,
I don't think he was. I think he just figured, naturally, I'm not a super. A rah-rah, because he was like, I'm not the big speech guy. Like, that's not my gift, like Ray Lewis type stuff. But he was like, yo, I did really, got to talk to the guys a little bit more. Understand, especially as I'm getting better as a player and everybody raise our level for us to get to where we got to go. I got to, because guys look up to him, yo.
Facts.
Guys on that team, especially young guys that be coming, they look up to him, yo. It's like, yo, that's Lamar Jackson, dog. Like, so, when you say something, it hold weight. So it was good to see that portion of it. Also, he was talking about how just the game was getting easy.
Yeah. Well, you could tell.
I still don't think we seen the best Lamar. And last year was crazy.
Slowed down for him last year. Like
like
outside of that half with Buffalo, his season was almost perfect.
Yeah, it was
bro.
nearly flawless, yo.
It was almost perfect, yo. It was like, yo, I really can't complain about any aspect of his football. We should have just not got burnt so much as far as the secondary, and we probably would have won by 20. Like it was like that, yo, for a hot minute. And one of the things, like you were saying before, like shout out Kevin Hart's team because they asked a great question, and they was talking about the NFL Combine and how he felt about when he got drafted. And he was like, I felt disrespected. And he was like, you proved him wrong, basically. And then he said they had him listed as a wide receiver
quarterback wide receiver. He was like, what?
they tried the Tyrell Pryor, my mans, bro. You remember, when they...
Terrell Pryor, yeah. He wanted to become a nice receiver.
He was decent, but it was like, yo...
But Lamar was way better than him, though.
Way better. Than he won a Heisman, bro.
And it's funny because he was
won a Heisman.
Lamar was like, yo, I don't even know who this guy is.
Yeah.
He was talking about he was like wide receiver, quarterback, or quarterback, wide receiver. He was like, no, quarterback. I don't even know who he is, yo. But you know how the combine, you get there and they put the dual joint on you or whatever position. So they had like the slash quarterback, wide receiver, and you get there and you like, wait a minute, yo, like what? Y'all just gonna try to tell me?
Yeah, I'm a quarterback,
I'm
bro.
either or. That's mad wild, yo.
Bro, he was a Heisman winning quarterback, and they called him a quarterback wide receiver.
And it wasn't like, all he did was just run. He was passing it crazy, yo. Like, so, but it was I really liked that joint because it had the jokes and elements. They had the guys come out. It was fun, but it was some good questions they was throwing in there, and I just loved all his answers, yo. And I'm also glad he not saying I don't think he would have did a bad job, but I like him doing it like after this many years in the NFL with more perspective and stuff like that, and his personality showing even more so now. So it was really good to see him do that joint now, yo. And you could tell Kevin Hart was happy to see him.
And like you said again, yo, Lamar is funny, yo.
He's funny, yo.
They got the Raven wings that they was putting on, and he was like, "Why mine look like a thong, yo?" Like I'm like, "Yo, that's mad funny, yo."
Yo, they gave him Kevin Hart's wings. Keep it real. It was the small wings. Yo, he was wild. They're mad funny, yo. But I was gonna say Kevin Hart. Like he called him a legend and everything. Like you could tell Kevin Hart was happy because he was like, oh, we finally got. He was happy to get him on there.
Kevin Hart watches football and he like, yo, this is something that nobody else can do. Like what he can do, nobody else in the league can do that, bro. He literally changed the game of football. Like I single-handedly watch because like year by year, I'll usually catch at least like one high school football game, bro. I remember when the Lamar MVP season happened. Then college, it was a wave of all these Russian quarterbacks now that could do both. You feel me? Dual threat quarterbacks. Now everybody wants to be a dual threat quarterback. Now that's in style, bro.
Well, we're going to salute. Of course, it's always been some guy like Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, Randall Cunningham.
But Michael Vick's birthday was yesterday.
McNabb,
So Michael Vick was the guy when we
yeah.
was like, but Lamar, and Michael Vick gave him his flowers already and everything, said he was better than him. But Lamar wanted mixing a much better, consistent passing game.
Yeah.
With the running and stuff like that. So he took it to the next. Now you seeing the Jaden Daniels.
And the thing with Lamar, he like, and I knock on wood, he has like this awareness where he like be in the mix and he never really gets hit. I don't know if it's luck or he's just that can see stuff coming.
Well, we talked about it before.
That fast.
He's got running back vision.
Yeah, like yo, I've seen times where he shimmy and slide under two guys and they run into each other and get hurt. And I'm like, ow, Sway, but he's been doing it, bro. Consistently, like.
He's got the vision.
Yeah, Kevin Hart told him like, yo, he was going to cut his arm.
He said Kevin Hart said it's only been two people. I was like, are you really like a human or whatever? He said it was Steph Curry. He said Steph Curry he said he cut his arm to see if something else would come out other than blood. And I guess other person was Lamar Jackson. So that was high praise, man, because Steph Curry just an alien with the shot. I still be trying to figure out was there magnets in the rim,
arguably the greatest point guard. Like you can argue that.
I mean, you could argue it.
You can argue it. Now, if it's true or not, I don't know. But this is the Ravens Huddle. But
one thing you can't argue is he's the greatest shooter.
Yeah,
of all time.
yeah.
The one last thing on that Kevin Hart joint though was salute because he asked how did he feel about how the city and everything embraced him, man. He was just like, man, he's like, man, it's just great. You know what I mean? But he did mention he was like, man, it'd be a little shaky if you're not playing well, because he said, this city can.
Those asked him, was he responsible for the crime? I'm like, that's hilarious, bro. Kevin Hart is petty as hell.
He's like, nah. He's like,
I wouldn't say that.
He's like, I wouldn't.
That's mad funny, yo.
But thankfully the Ravens have been good though. He said you could feel it though. He said plus the fan, like the city gives it they all. The fan. He said you could feel it, and that's the truth, yo.
They really.
It's one. This is one of the. Of course, there's other fan, but all right. So like, there's a lot of big fan bases, but the Ravens, it's only few fan bases I feel like this because like the Jaguars fan base ain't like that, bro. Like it's not like that everywhere.
And the energy here really be electric. Like once we really deep in the playoffs, so like going and like yo, I remember going places because it sounds bad because it's the insanity era because we've lost every time in the playoffs, but like before last when we lost in the playoffs, I remember like going to a bar, like and grabbing your drink and going wherever you want to go to watch the game, right? People speaking, dapping each other up in places where it's normally like, yo, he said, I'm here for the buy. I'm not talking to nobody.
They doing really well. Hey, it's just
they like, what we ready to do today, shorty? Like I'm like, we gotta get it done. It's that energy, bro.
Yeah, yo. So,
man,
salute to them, man, for doing that. The cold tub joint. Glad that they did that, and I'm glad it happened today. Get to speak on it because it was really fun watch. Let's get this. I mean, we were what 18 or so minutes in.
Yep.
Let's get this out the way. Justin Tucker, man, suspended, yo.
Yeah.
Till week 11.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten any details, and we still gonna keep it relatively light, yo.
Yeah.
But what I must say is this. Something is known, yo.
Yeah. And EDC and them the GOAT for saying football decisions, yo. Because we don't know nothing about that, yo. We don't know what he was doing, bro.
Football decisions. Yeah. But the NFL has to know something to suspend you. Because the NFLPA would have been put out a statement like, you know how they be quick, yo. Like, I mean, hey, man, you don't have, but I haven't heard anything, yo. So it's like.
Might be egregious, bro.
Yo, 10 weeks, yo? That's more than half the season,
egregious,
yo.
Bro.
I'm just saying, yo.
It might be crazy. We don't know.
We don't know. I know there's people like, oh, there's no proof. And there's people like, forget him. All I say is we don't know, but what I do know is a 10-week suspension without the NFLPA raising hell. It just leads me to believe something is known, yo. That's all I'm saying, yo.
Yeah, because usually it's got to be some kind of,
and it's unfortunate.
That's a lot of money, all that stuff. That's like, yeah.
I think some people can't separate his on the field legacy with whatever else, so it's kind of hard. And I understand, like, nobody wanted to see this happen.
No,
not like
for
this,
sure.
yo.
We definitely didn't want nothing weird like
but,
that.
But listen, if Tucker's out there doing things he shouldn't be doing,
yeah,
you gotta go, my guy.
This is the annihilation of the freaky person, bro.
Yeah, yo,
this year, bro.
Yo, all the freakies been
annihilate all freakies, yo. Like, yo, if you're a freaky frog, you can jump no more, bro.
It's been about like 2 to maybe 2.5, probably 3 years. Like the Harvey Weinstein type of joint.
Yeah, like
Vince McMahon, Kevin Smith. They've been kind of getting these individuals all riled up. I don't know if I'm not saying he's all that way, but
hopefully he's not that
old
bad.
Boy from Cleveland, Deshaun. I'm just saying. So, hey man, stop being not just freaky, because that's one thing. Stop doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. That's all we're saying.
That's
horrible,
hard.
You're not supposed to be doing that. It's not hard to not do stuff.
If those accusations are true, like your legacy it doesn't matter anymore. You're a weirdo forever, bro.
But you know how it is when dudes play and win and stuff like that.
Yeah,
he's always going to be. People are always going to hold him in a high regard.
Yeah,
so it is what it is. What he did in the field was what he did in the field. We don't know any more information, but that's a little bit of a hint to something. So, it is what it is. We move on. We got 2 kickers that's battling now. I think they got another third one. I think we spoke about this in a previous. So hopefully we get our guy.
I'm hoping it's Luke. Because I stand strong on that will be a great chant. You feel me? If he really gets accurate. Yeah. You know the whole stadium will be like vibrating because everybody going crazy on the loop.
Yeah. And another person that had to exit your man's, Deontay Johnson, finally admitted to why he didn't come back in that Eagles game, yo.
Bro, yeah, first off, Chaz is like the funniest person, and you, because he was like, yo, you played in Pittsburgh, bro. Like,
you played him, and I think is he on the Browns now?
Bro.
Wait a minute, let me make sure. I'm like, come on, stop it, yo.
He played for Pittsburgh.
And it wasn't even, I think they said, that game was cold. It was cold, but
it's like 40.
It wasn't like it was.
Cold.
It wasn't like 20 something. I remember being there and being like, it's cold because that was the only. I think it was the only game where there was snow flurries too, but it wasn't like where there were games. The Cleveland game. Anybody who was at that Cleveland game knows, yo. Like the last game of the season.
Yeah, y'all was wild.
I
wasn't going.
Was one more other game like the only reason the Philadelphia one was really cold to us is because we were building up to understanding how to constantly be out in that cold.
Yeah.
If we was prepared like that by the last game, we'd have been good. But it was cold. But I'm just like, you played in Pittsburgh, yo.
Facts.
It's like, you just didn't want to, you were scared, yo. Let's keep it real, yo.
Pittsburgh, like after like October is cold, bro. Like, what are you even talking about, yo? Like
October,
September, late September, it's like 45-degree games, 50-degree games. Like, what are you saying, bro?
He said, nah. He didn't want to put bad film out, is what it sounded like.
Nah, he loves excuses.
Because remember, because of contract year and all that, but it's like, bro, remember, he went out there when they needed him. I think he was just embarrassed because that was the same game. Didn't he fall in that game, yo? I think he was embarrassed, yo.
Yo, he felt like 2 times. He let it get the best of him, yo. He fell in the Pittsburgh game, dropped passes. Like, bro, that's the only person I've ever seen complain and crash out, and you missed every opportunity that came your way. I could see if he like snagged a crazy catch across the middle and they just stopped targeting him. It's like, bro, we stopped targeting you because you weren't playing good, yo. Like,
and we was kind of pumped to have him here. We was like, because he get open on scrambles and all of that. We was bigging him up before that.
And then the nasty work is his excuses. He wasn't in the game long enough to get warmed up. Like, bro, neither was Nelson Aguilar. Bro, neither was Charlie Kolar.
I think he was just embarrassed, Joe, and he did a mini silent crash out, and his mind crashed out, was just like and shut down. Probably I can't get back in.
Yo had a meltdown as a grown man.
Bro, he was on 3 teams last year.
Yo has consistent meltdowns as a grown man. Honestly, you're wealthy though. Go to therapy, yo. Figure out why you do that and you don't hold yourself accountable.
Because honestly, we could do all the joke. We could be the super off and get you and all of that like they do. What's the name? Like, honestly, like, I'm not rooting against him.
Yeah.
We cracked the jokes on him because he didn't play well, and we got to be honest about that.
Yeah,
And
like,
listen, you can't be no quitter on the team, so we're not
Yeah.
excusing that at all. But like, bro, like, get it together. So I want to see you
You're
get it
wealthy,
together.
playing the sport you've been playing since a
You can't
kid.
be making
like,
excuses like it's cold, yo.
And-
Like that's
and-
crazy.
and
yo.
eventually-
I would never even, Mike. Sorry to cut you. I would never even admitted
But,
that, yo. That's crazy.
yo.
First of all, I would have never did that.
But 3 teams
never
in
did-
1
yo,
year
come on,
says, yo, I gotta look in the mirror at my actions too.
3
bro.
good teams.
Yeah. And he was complaining and went to the playoff Texans and was complaining before making plays. The kid is delusional, bro.
Listen, man, you might need to take a year off, yo.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta
serious,
collect
yo,
and
like-
find out if you even like football anymore.
You might need
bro.
to take a year off, dog, because like
It's disgusting.
It's crazy,
yo.
yeah.
He got great opportunities and just like was like, I don't care.
I can see.
He's gonna have a meltdown.
I still can't see it, but it wasn't even like he was on the Jags or something like
And
that,
bro,
bro. It's like,
we were nice. Like, so what? You not getting targeted like that? We had mad weapons.
think about how ridiculous this is, right? If you take it just from an overall perspective, and how he could have really changed his whole legacy and stuff like this. Zay went down. If he would have been playing well, he could have filled into the slot for Zay.
Bruh.
And let's say he makes some big plays and pulls that one off against the Bills, and they ultimately win the Super Bowl. Things like like decisions like that are life altering.
Yeah.
That's why, hey, listen, if you're young, not to be a preachy thing, but like, yo, small decisions can be
Yeah,
life altering.
bro.
Yo.
Don't be-
Nobody's perfect,
And
but yeah, you know what I mean,
and just as an adult doing anything, you can't die on the hill of emotion, bro. You gotta rationalize and think about things and then react. You feel me? You can't. Clearly, it's just like he's so emotional. He just be like, yo, I don't care about nothing anymore. And it's like, bro, you have the opportunity of a lifetime.
I know when he said he wasn't going back in, I know everybody around was like, what?
Yo, you not going
Like-
in the game?
Like, huh?
What? But I was on your case back then. I ain't gonna lie. I don't sugarcoat stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
no,
yo,
no.
you don't want to play, bro. Like, cause I was the type of player back in the day. I'd have been like, leave then, yo. Like, what
Nah.
did you even here for?
We
You
talked
feel
about
me?
the
Like,
last
yeah.
episode. Like, you definitely, you were somebody who played hard. you know?
Yeah,
Like, played
I'd be
hard.
like, yo, you might as well. You feel me? Why are you here?
Yeah, so, get it together, man. If you're working through some stuff, get what you gotta get done. But like, you can't be doing that, bro.
Nasty work, bro.
Set a great example, son.
And that's I hate to keep harping on the delusional, but like you making these excuses months later, you should have thought about it and been like, you know what? I recollected on a situation and I realized I was wrong. I should have gotten the game. I was frustrated. At least take accountability and be like, yo, I wasn't playing as well as I wanted to.
I mean, he kind of
wasn't
alluded to
warm
that.
from the targets. Like,
He was trying to say, I mean,
bro, I don't want to hear it was cold, bro.
bro, we don't want to hear it was cold.
You're in the NFL
wanna
getting
hear it's
paid
cold,
millions of dollars to be a wide receiver. I don't want to hear it's cold, bro. Figure it out, yo.
Yeah.
And they got like real live, like huge heaters, the big like coat thing they put on you as soon as you touch the sideline. If you playing well, you got services to kind of break the code a little bit, bro.
Yeah. Get it together, man. Is EDC done, yo?
Why you say that?
I'm talking about like making acquisitions, man.
Oh, I don't know.
Cause drafting.
I think EDC is like this mad scientist. He's never done.
I don't know if he's done or not.
Yeah, he's always looking for the next
the team
guy,
is
yo.
so well constructed as of now. And do they add another safety? Because I remember I mentioned Justin Simmons a while back. But I'm hearing Sanusi Kane. They saying he looking good, yo.
Really?
Drafted last year. He was smacking whenever he played a little bit and was picking up his level in special teams. But I'm always big on in-house.
Yeah.
If you develop it and keep I mean, because Ardarius wasn't even I don't think Ardarius was drafted in-house. You know what I mean? They went through the process with the injuries. And the Ravens have been patient with quite a few players, man. Bate being one of them, and we're gonna talk about him later in a second because he had a good interview this week.
Yeah, I actually watched that when you
But
showed it.
that's become one of my favorite players, yo. I like him.
The humility is
just
nice,
period.
yo.
Just he seemed like a really good dude, chill dude. But Sanusi Kane, man, if he comes, listen, hey man, it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Young player, it's only his second year coming up. I mean, it's time to show out. Yeah, I mean, 7th round pick. So, but I was talking about Justice. Are they going to get a veteran in? Jadeveon Clowney is.
Yeah.
Are they still, looking at that possibly? I like all the stuff that I'm seeing on the.
I want to make the odds as great as possible of getting it done. So EDC keep being crazy.
See, that's the thing too, though. How much is potentially too much? That's what I'm not saying it would be, but you got to get to that point where you keep bringing other people. Now, the one thing I will say about Jadeveon Clowney is he's been here before.
Mm-hmm.
But you got Mike Green. You got some things where it's you don't want to, a job. Does he step up? Because listen, some people gave up on Bate. I didn't. I just kept saying get healthy.
I gave up.
If he comes in
when the health was
if
bad.
a Jabo comes up and then all of a sudden finally, all his potential look good, then
yeah.
Do you need to bring another person in? I mean, because what's the name's playing for a contract here? Owe.
Yeah.
I mean, we can start naming it. I mean, I'm just saying. So, when do you get to the point where it's we trust our guys?
I don't
know if he's there yet. Now,
I think with EDC,
never stopping,
he's filled every void we need so far. I feel like every pick we've gotten has made us a hair better, but it was stuff we needed.
Yeah.
Even
a veteran defensive tackle. They got the young defensive tackle. Yeah, I mean, they're looking good, but bringing another guy in just to fortify it and stuff like that. So he's been doing the moves. They had a heavy line draft. They brought in an extra lineman.
I like it all.
Still want to see, about that right guard. I know everybody's talking about the right guard situation. Hopefully, have that solidified. I mean, not right guard, left guard situation. Because some people still have a question about Falele. I think Falele, as much as we gave him flack, he did some good things.
I still have a question about him.
And I keep saying these dudes are young, so I'm not overly worried about Falele at this moment.
I don't know.
We see how it is. That left guard situation still, bro. It's a little bit of stuff going on there. So we got to see all of that stuff. But it's probably the line isn't bad at all. It's just one position now that we kind of questioning. But when is enough? Is enough enough? I know EDC is always going to be working and stuff like that. So I was just wondering, he's been making moves this whole time. Is there another move? Because Jair Alexander, we was just hoping.
That's
hoping
nice,
he was
bro.
here. And
he has the attitude of a Raven. You feel me? We need that, bro. Forget all that nice guy stuff. I want the defense to be mean and nasty, and I want the offense to stomp mud holes in the people. I want us to look so good. It's bro, I hate this team. I want it to be remember that time? Was it Tom Brady and them when they was undefeated the whole season, or I can't remember, but it was one year. Yeah.
That team just overall.
Yeah, I want to be, but I want to win in the Super Bowl. But
yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
I want to be this is arguably the greatest team of all time.
Absolutely, yo.
Yeah.
We was talking about 2 years. I mentioned 2 years ago. I was if they pull it off, this is arguably one of the greatest teams of all time.
I forgot when the defense was crazy.
Yeah, bro.
You're right. That's when
Chiefs
Roquan was in Ultra Instinct, bro. He was striking everything that season, bro.
And they were sacking my committee and everything.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of Jair Alexander, now it's interesting because I've been seeing and reading and hearing a lot of positive things about TJ Tampa. I think we talked about him.
You said something about
We giving some, but they're saying the boy might be alright, yo. Of course, I remember when he drafted him. We gave a quick synopsis of all our draft picks a year ago, and I was like, yo, I like him coming out. Yeah, man. I was like, he doesn't have to come in and be, the number 2 guy or nothing like that, number 1 guy. But I was like, he could turn into something. And they just saying the physicality, he's looking good, yo. So it's not when you bring Jair in, though, that's to be the other guy on the other side.
That's gonna be the guy.
So, but TJ Tampa is still young, so
I don't think people realize. And I hate to get off TJ Tampa, but if Jair and Marlo and Nate Wiggins can really just all play at their level, this could be the greatest secondary of all time, bro.
But even with TJ and Awuzie, you still gonna rotate some guys.
Right.
If he's looking good, that means you feel comfortable. Whenever he got to come in.
And if somebody go down, somebody get tired. They smaller guys when they
we want Jair to play. 17 in the regular season.
But it's a human
you know,
thing.
more than likely he possibly won't play that. So
and it's a human thing.
what I mean?
You gotta think about size. Like most DBs aren't the biggest guys. So it's like if I'm tackling people, I'm catching picks. Eventually, it's gonna be like, go ahead, get a blow, yo. I'm hurt right now.
Yeah, Giants he's not the biggest
tired, bro.
DB neither.
Yeah, my body's a little banged up from tackling that big guy. Let me get myself together for 2 plays.
And Jair is not the. It's all the things he does very well. You know, tackling is the one thing. It's a little, you're a little shaky with him, but he's still a dog. And I just thought, Ski, when you keep hearing each week, like this guy's looking like this guy's looking. Like, I like hearing what I'm hearing from TJ Tapper. That's all I'm saying.
That's what's up.
Making plays on the ball when people, in the OTAs and the mini camps and all of that, looking strong. He's saying being physical as physical you can in this game. Of course, you're gonna learn a lot more as training camp picks back up and the intensity. And of course, not playing 100%, but the intensity starts rising. The big thing is gonna be when they the joint practices. I believe they're doing it with is it the Colts this year? No, they play the Colts, and I'm pretty sure they're working out with Washington.
I
stuff
like that.
So I gotta recheck on that. Of course, we're getting close to that.
And the Commanders is gonna be good. That's gonna be a good.
So I think that is happening. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know. But I'm pretty
let
sure.
us know in the comments.
I'm pretty sure that's what's popping. So. We're gonna find out a lot, but I'm liking what I'm hearing. And like I said earlier, Sanusi Kane, if that's our third safety, and we don't have to bring anybody else in,
that'll be nice.
We briefly, we almost wrapping this up, but we briefly talked about Bate. But one of the things I want to mention about Bate, because he did a really good. You said you watched it. Really good, excellent interview this week. And the big thing is, he said, "I wanted to be here."
Yeah.
I wanted to be, and I think I mentioned when he signed the deal, and some people were like, "Oh, he could have got a little more, possibly this and this and that." I was like, "Bro, he signed that deal seemingly because they believed in him. Remember, because he kept getting hurt and stuff like that." And he mentioned like they trusted me and believed in me and invested in me. And he was like, he's like, my morals and my principles. I just felt like, I want to be here.
And quiet as kept because of this guy.
And he mentioned
he said Lamar kept it real. Like he was down when he was hurt. And Lamar you really like that, bro. You just shake back. We gonna make sure, you could be a weapon on this team.
He was like, I'm gonna get you
real.
He said, we're gonna get you paid.
Yeah.
And he said
that's the realest thing.
He said if it wasn't for Lamar,
Lamar the realest quarterback, I'm sorry, so real, bro.
Lamar believed in the man, see the power of brotherhood and belief,
Yeah.
Brothers believing in each other and I remember I know some people was giving up on him, I was like, Bate is good.
Yeah. I was giving up like the health because the health was crazy because it was 2 back-to-back injuries. Him and J.K. Dobbins. I'm like, it's crazy outside. I'm like, these boys is like gonna be out bread and butter, and it's like, oh no.
I was just like, bro. I was like, it ain't a skill, it ain't an ability thing. He just hasn't had the rhythm because he's injured too often. As soon as he finally was relatively healthy, well, for the most part, I think he missed just a little bit. And it's the NFL, bro. Like Nixon, things are gonna happen, but like you saw it happen at the second half of the year. Every week, end zone,
shaking off. All he was doing was getting in the end zone.
Every week he was getting in the end zone. So.
Man.
My man. So it was good to see that. And Bate, like I said, he keep charging up my favorite players list, man. Like, just every.
He definitely he's a Raven wide receiver because he was doing some great things last year.
And stuff like this is what happens. See, I keep
forgetting we got old boy the receiver, Hopkins,
Oh yeah. See, no, I ain't.
How do I keep this team is almost 2 stacked, bro.
That's what I'm saying. How much is too much? Just get the guys that's here.
I think we should chill, and
just lock in,
It's a lot going on, I be forgetting,
But all the guys that have been coming in have been seeming like the perfect
it's because they not acting like Deontay Johnson. They just want to be a part of the team. They not trying to be the team, bro.
Exactly, Just said
it's okay being a piece,
it perfectly,
It's okay being on the Spurs, You remember Kawhi Leonard got a ring on the Spurs, bro, It's just playing basketball for the team,
It's ultra nasty.
And then he went to Toronto and shook off,
See, and the Ravens don't do it the Spurs did. They just let the rookie get Kawhi's number 2, But that's a whole nother story, That's
wow.
They're not doing the basketball.
I didn't know that.
That just
made me disgusted.
Nasty work. Last thing on my end, man.
I didn't know that.
Heard Katri Ishmael real quick, man. Said Mark Andrews, man. He said he's looking fast. He's looking in shape.
Yeah.
He's not looking in shape. He said he's fast in shape. He said he saw him shake off a few plays. Listen, we said it a few weeks. We're gonna put all the positive.
Yeah, all the
because we already said all the bad.
That's
not I won't say bad, but the criticism that are pretty fair. I mean, you got to step up in the playoffs.
And yo, that's another testament to Lamar's character.
He
You made me think back to the Kevin Hart episode because he alluded to. He basically was throwing shade on Mark Andrews about the Bills game.
I don't think he was
not throwing shade, but just talking about what happened. And Lamar kept it real. He was like, "Yo, we all made mistakes. We gotta shake back. We shouldn't even been in that position."
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, yo. What would Aaron Rodgers have said to his tight end if that was how they lost?
You know, Aaron Rodgers was giving guys crazy looks
on the field. He'd have got him off the team.
He was giving guys crazy looks on the field after.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, Lamar got that much humility and belief in his team. Like, I'm thankful he's my quarterback.
I keep saying this, yo.
I'm thankful he's our quarterback.
I'm putting the positive energy. Andrew's gonna have a game like 122 yards. 2 touchdowns in the playoffs. He gonna ball out. Something crazy gonna happen.
And like low key,
he's due for something great happening.
Low key, this could be like the greatest offense ever in NFL history. Like
100%.
you gotta think likely, and if Andrews can catch that 14-2 season lightning bolt, where it's like, bro, we got the 2 best tight ends in the league. We got Derrick Henry. We got Hopkins. We got Zay Flowers. We got Bateman. We got Kolar in the cut. We got Patrick Ricard.
Andrews, we got to remember, he, of course, the injury, still recovering, and then the car accident. It took him a while. I mean, when he heated up, he was cooking. So, wanted to bring that in off start and just carry that through, man. If he's looking like he's quick and good and still in rhythm because he didn't suffer any major injuries towards the end of the season, and now he's rolling, I want him to put. I want the redemption joint. People,
I do want that too. I would like
people
that.
People say, you stay on that side. No, I want to be like, thank you.
Only reason I'm lightweight hating on him is because like I really like Likely too, and I know it's going to be a thing where Likely has to get paid next year, and it's like, yo, I want the young boy that's about to be being explosive. Because I told you, matter of fact, you talked that game up, that Bengals game, the one that was wild stressful, and then he found Likely at the end shifting with him, and it was like the beautiful
cross body, like because Likely's a bunch of plays. Likely has just. I keep talking about the synergy they got.
The eye to eye, like yo, I'm out here. Yeah. I see some green.
You get open
you looking? Yeah.
So hopefully they just have that great. Hopefully, I mean, so many players, man.
Let's go, bro.
So many players. Embarrassment of riches, yo. So let's get it done. Let's have the greatest season of all time. And,
let's get it done, bro.
I mean, thanks for huddling up.
Yeah, continue huddling up, man.
As usual, we getting close.
Yeah,
we getting close.
Yeah,
appreciate y'all.
You gotta hit him with the
man, and subscribe.
Yeah, comment, and subscribe, man.
Appreciate y'all.